what the PTC prioritizing for the green financing? What funds are making available to our entrepreneurs? Whether you are considering the SME sector also for a small borrower, if you are considering what type of eligibility you are asking for, because this is most important aspect. So we invited you. Please give your thoughts.
So I think all the speakers have fairly covered the space in terms of scope, in terms of eligibility criteria, in terms of quantum of funds they are lending. So I would more focus on what PTC is doing. I'll just give a brief background about PTC first for a minute or so, and then I will focus on more on green financing, which we are doing right now. So basically, PTC India Financial Services is an infrastructure NBFC. We are an IFC as per the RBI definition, and we are focusing on the entire gamut of infrastructure projects, be it roads, ports, logistics, power, warehousing, in terms of water, waste management, electric mobility, etc. So now, recently, for last two or 3 years, so we are focusing more on the green projects, which are basically sustainability infrastructure projects. And we are a very nimble organization, and our policies are very flexible. So we have been able to fund various kind of products in various kind of infrastructure sectors. Like we were the first movers in EV space, where we funded one of a large government-backed platform for basically procuring electric buses in the state of UP. So basically, that was the one of the first projects which was actually implemented under the FAMES 2 scheme, whereby the electric buses were deployed in UP under a concession agreement with the urban local body of UP. So PFS actually being having an experience of the concession agreement and various offtake risks and the promoter risks. So we were able to fund that project. We were the first movers in that. So that was one of the larger projects which we funded. So apart from that, we are also we are also lending sort of working capital loans or structured products at the holdco level to various corporates for green funding. Like we are funding a revolving construction finance lines at the holdco level, whereby which is utilized by the groups to basically do capex at the SPV level, and which helps to build up their capacity. So we're also looking at working capital loans, like we are looking at smaller companies also, which need basically growth capital to grow. Apart from large infrastructure players, which anyways have a large backing of private equity, or maybe have some kind of sovereign funds backing them, which obviously the scale of the projects is very huge in that case. Apart from that, we're also focusing on some niche companies, like some startups are there. Like currently we're evaluating a company which is into swapping model, battery swapping model, which is again a kind of which is again they're trying to basically swap the lead acid batteries with lithium ion batteries, which is into green infrastructure only. So there the company size is not very large, it's a small company. But what we find is that that they are actually making a lot of inroads into the green infra space, and they are connecting a lot of three-wheeler drivers and various users in this community. So there we are kind of providing a corporate loan or a structured loan, basically for their capex, which is a very short-term loan, and the quantum is not very large. So PFS, like unlike PFC, which is focusing more on large solar renewable projects, which we also do. Apart from that, we're also focusing a lot on these niche companies, like with working capital loans or bridge funding or last mile capital funding. And in fact, we also evaluated certain CBG projects also in the past, where which are being put up by the budding entrepreneurs in the country. And this was under the SATA scheme. SATA scheme was launched by the petroleum government of India, in which the off-takers are the various oil retailers like IOCL, BPCL, HPCL. So we are also working on a lot of waste to energy projects also. So these promoters or these companies are actually upcoming in this space, and we basically focus on their promoter credentials, and then we also see what kind of agreements they are having with the government, or what kind of agreements they're having with the end users, and basis that we are quite open to fund these kind of companies in these sectors, sir. Like recently, as I told you, we are evaluating a company which is into a battery swapping model.